Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Moki back again. How is everybody doing? Well, this week we got episode 27, and I will start off by saying that this has been my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains episode. Heck, it might be my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode because of how real this was. Um, and you could tell the people who wrote this episode, who animated it, just had so much fun because I don't know, like the way that this episode was done had me in stitches. Like not only was Ignis just like laughing his little anime laugh, like fucking we Naoki in his conquest or his journey to become a duelist has been, oh my god, it has been quite a ride, and I enjoyed every minute of this episode. In terms of plot, there wasn't really a lot, and it's honestly the way that this episode was. It's very hard for me to be critical about it if I wanted to be critical, because I actually just enjoyed and was entertained by what I was watching. Almost every moment of this episode. Um, I was just smiling, like I had this big smile on my face, and I just like it was amazing. Um, and like it's not like anything spectacular happened either. It was just like how real and how fun this episode was. And even now I have this big smile on my face that I just can't get rid of. Um, I'll just start off like I don't know what Ignis and Robopi, like why they ended up doing this in the first place. Like it seemed like it was mainly just for comedy purposes. Like that's what I mean, like when they had fun with it, because it really didn't seem like Ignis flying through the sky really added anything to the episode other than like just comedy. Like um it just, yeah, to find Naoki where he's located. Um but other than that, I don't really think like it was necessary. Either way, I didn't really have a problem with it. Um, and then I guess there's the question of how did Naoki get the Cyberse Wizard? Because it's an important point. Because it does say PM, but obviously Yusaku has no recollection of how he got. Or sorry, Yusaku did not like even give it to him because he's shocked that he even has it. But the thing is, like, who would have given it to him? Like it wasn't somebody from the Knights of Hanoi, I don't think, because Faust is, uh, yeah, Faust was after him. I feel like it might have been Emma, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like PM is supposed to mean something else, not Playmaker. But I don't know. You guys can tell me your theories down below. It really confused me right then. Like it didn't. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully we find out soon. But I can't really think of anybody who would want to use Naoki in such a way. But either way, um, Naoki goes into Link Vrains and he already has like this sick avatar. Um, and I just like the duel was the best part about this episode. I don't know about you guys, but like I was just like both the Knight of Hanoi and Naoki draw their cards. This hand is terrible. All high level evil swarm monsters. This fucking Naoki draws his hand. All high level beast monsters. Oh my god, it had me in stitches. Like how real it was. And then they both put on their poker faces and be like, "This hand is perfect." Um, and it's just like how how people like in actual regionals or like YCS, like even if they draw a bad hand, you still have to play a poker face on. Like you have to bluff and you have to know what you're doing. And like even like the whole time Naoki's internally screaming, being like, "I'm screwed, screwed." And then Lonely Brave just like you just see like the contrast. And I really wish I could show you guys pictures without copyright. Like just, just the contrast of like Naoki freaking out and Lonely Brave's courageous smile. It just it, like I love this episode, and it sucks because it really made me wish that like Yusaku was, and I know it's not in his character, but I really wish that he had like more fun moments. And I know some people just don't like that about like a main character if he's goofy or whatever. But I don't know. I like this episode. Just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just really like this episode. I could go on forever. Anyway, so the Knight of Annoy plays the hand destruction. And he's just like he summons all three Evil Swarm Mantises with his Soul Charge as well, which is interesting because that's another TCG card. Usually they don't play a lot of TCG cards in the actual anime show. Like they usually come up with shit. So kudos to them. So that's awesome. Get to see some Evil Swarm, and it's funny because I think, or no, was it Evil Swarm? No, I think it was Steel Swarm. Um, yeah, I think it was Steel Swarm because like Steel Swarms and Evil Swarms were kind of like connected, right? Somebody can correct me on that. I'm not really well versed with the archetype, but I thought they were an Xyz based archetype, so I was just like, whoa, are we going to see an Xyz summon? But no, we get the normal summon of like the giant ass Hercules beetle, Steel Swarm, and he has like 3,200 attack, and he's just like, I can't be beaten if you revive your baboons and stuff like that. And he already paid 3,000 life points to revive all of his mantises and stuff. Um, so, or well, yeah, and and then of course Naoki draws the Cyber's Wizard, which was like obviously pure luck. And then he normal summons the Cyber's Wizard, and all he does is has to activate the effect, and he's just reading the effect out loud, like, "Oh, what does it do?" like, and then the AI has to tell him what it does, and he's just like, "Okay, all right, we'll do that," and and then he wins completely by a fluke. But you know, one thing I wanted to talk about was actually how we get a look into how Naoki actually is. Like he wants to be this courageous duelist like playmaker, and it's also funny that he romanticizes playmaker with the big eyebrow, like the big eyelashes and like the JoJo eyes, and I don't know, like the hair. I lost my mind. Um, we and he just wants to be like a good duelist. He wants to be the top duelist, but he's scared. And it's understandable. Like you gotta humanize with Naoki a little bit. He respects playmaker and he wants to be a good duelist, but he's just too scared to take that big step. And it kind of reminds me of real life where like some people wanna be like good at the game, but they also want like to have fun with it, and they go into an actual tournament setting, and maybe like they're afraid that like some people are gonna like dismantle their deck and ridicule them for even playing cards like that, and it happens, and it like I feel like this episode really brought a real aspect of like Yu-Gi-Oh to this episode, um, and to the anime in general, because I don't really think that we've had quite an episode like this before, um, and I don't know, I respect it a lot. I I just respect it. But yeah, anyway, Naoki wins, and then this causes Faust to find him, and he gets captured really easily. It's weird because he just kind of physically captures him, because like usually in the Yu-Gi-Oh world, where it's just like if you were gonna be captured, we're gonna have to duel it out. But yeah, so I guess he forces him into a duel. It's kind of weird that they had to like physically capture him just to force him into a duel. I feel like Faust would have just forced him into a duel anyway, um, even if he wasn't captured in reality. I don't know. One line that really stood out to me this episode, despite all of the fun that it had, was Yusaku's realization that he's fighting real people of the Knights of Annoy. Like he says, finding out Moira's like real identity and stuff like that, like made me really think like we're fighting real people, and I'm like, did you not realize that sooner? Like you have really in-depth thoughts and you're very logical, but yet you couldn't come to that realization a lot sooner. um I don't know, maybe he always knew, but like just seeing the person in reality just becoming another, and just realizing that they're humans too. I think it really builds up for some character development down the line, which is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a lot of character development for Yusaku. So yeah, that's it from me. I really enjoyed this episode. Tell me what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Do you think it was unnecessary? I would like to think not. I really enjoyed it. But if you liked it, remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.